everyone, I'm Chester44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Neverwinter Nights. Last episode we started going through the Moonwood, and we happened to kill King Obold Many-Arrows, leader of the Orcs, who is an ogre. Yeah, that makes sense. We also happened to find out a bit more of what's going on in the Moonwood. The hill giants are attacking the dragons, but we don't know why yet. But it must be for some reason beyond just the dragon's horde. We will go investigate that, but first, I believe it's time we finally hear the remainder of the stories from our companions. Let us begin with Dalen.
Yes?
I want you to continue your story from before. I promised to tell you the rest of the tale of Youth Gar's Spear when the time was right, Ken. That time has now come. As you know, I am on a vision quest to prove myself a true Youth Gar warrior. Last night I had a vision to guide me on my quest. Tell me about your vision. I have seen the spear in my dreams. According to the legends of my people, the Youth Gar tribes will never be united until Youth Gar's Spear is found. This is how I must prove myself worthy of my tribe, Ken. I must find Youth Gar's Spear, though I do not know where to look. Do not fear, Ken. As long as you seek the words of power, my blade shall serve you. And in serving you, perhaps I will find Youth Gar's Spear. I have come to believe it is the will of the gods that I stay by your side. You found my mother's brooch. You avenged her murder. I cannot help but feel you are destined to help me in this as well. Actually, this spear that we got from the elk tribe, is this Youth Gar's Spear? Yes. Yes, this is the spear from my dreams. Youth Gar's Spear. Because of you, I can return to my people with proof my spirit is worthy of the Red Tiger tribe. I can never properly repay you for this gift, Ken. But please, take this small token of my gratitude. It was a gift from my mother before she died. I thank you for this reward, Dalen. The talisman has powerful magical properties, though I know it is hardly a suitable reward for all you have done for me. Alas, the only other thing I can offer you is my continued service. What are you going to do with the spear now, Dalen? I will bring Youth Gar's Spear back to my tribe and present it to our Council of Elders. I have no doubt they will declare my spirit worthy of the Red Tiger tribe. I imagine my chieftain will summon an inter-tribal council, so that all the Youth Gar tribes will know the artifact has been found. This is an event of great importance to my people, Ken. According to the legends, the return of Youth Gar's Spear heralds the return of Youth Gar himself, to be born among our tribes. They say it signals a return to the glory of our ancient past. And what about you? I cannot say for certain. Perhaps I will be hailed as a hero and showered with riches and honors by the chieftains of my people. Or perhaps I will simply be welcomed back into the tribe. The elders could allow me to take a wife and raise a son of my own amongst the Youth Gar people. Either would be pleasing to me. I have proven myself worthy, and for the first time I feel truly at peace with my place in the world. I'm going to miss you, Dalen. I long to return to my people, Ken, and reclaim my place among my tribe. But I will not abandon you or break my promise to serve. As long as you have need of me, I will stay by your side and aid you in the search for the words of power. Only after they have been recovered will I return to my tribe. And with that, we have the Amulet of the Youth Gar +4. +4 bonus to Strength, Immunity to Fear, and Spell Resistance 12. The extra spell resistance is quite nice. Now,
I figured they'd drag your car.
time for Tommy. First level up. Thank you. Now, continue your story of what happened as you were an apprentice. Oh, I guess there's no harm in it. It was such a big mess, though, my lord. If you'll remember, the wee demon had given me a wand, aye? So after he left, I decided that it needed to be tested out. Uh-oh. Aye, exactly. It was exhilarating, my lord. The power at my disposal. I had my apprentice chores to do, and I decided the wand should do them for me. I animated a broom to do my bidding, and it began to clean the floors. I used the wand to make a bucket that never ran short of water. Oh crap, I see where this is going. I made the tables walk, the cauldrons dance, the chairs four-step. It was marvelous. I wave my wand and everything comes to life. There's no one that does that. Oh, you think so, do you? When was the last time you summoned up a big demon who gave you a gift, huh? Happens all the time, does it? Well, the broom was the first problem. It began cleaning more than the floors. It started sweeping the shelves, knocking Halisar's components about, breaking things. I couldn't make it stop. In a panic, I hacked the broom apart with an axe. But then both halves became brooms. I kept hacking, and suddenly the broom was filled with brooms. They were breaking everything. In my haste, I knocked over the bucket, and suddenly the tower began filling up with water. The table was attacking me. I couldn't do anything. The tower was being destroyed. Chaos! Chaos! Oh, the humanity! And then Halisar came back. I can't imagine he was pleased. No, he wasn't pleased. He looked down at me all mad and disappointed. He was so scary I thought I'd pee my britches. He snatched the wand from me and he broke it. And that made all the madness stop. Oh, and he yelled and yelled at me. He practically threw me out of the tower and told me never to come back. The bright news is I hear Halisar told some writer about it, and the writer thought it was so amusing he made a play. Think it'll be a musical? Just when I think you won't get any stranger. You know, I do feel a bit bad about the whole thing. Not for me, I knew I was no wizard. I feel bad for Halisar. He did treat me pretty good, all things considered. He had a bunch of rare components destroyed that night. Worst of all was his ashes. The ashes of a great warrior. They were for his longevity potion. I've always thought that I should try to make it up to him one day. Find him those ashes, maybe. Unless he's gone and died of old age. Actually, believe it or not... Not there, not there. We happen to have the ashes of Running Wolf. I have these ashes of an Uthgard hero. Would they serve? Well... Now maybe they would at that. Let me think. I think that would serve for Halisar's longevity potion just fine. Thank you, my lord. Here, since you're such a friend, let me give you this. It's a powerful ring that I stole from Sammy way back. Maybe you could use it. Well, thank you, Tommy. It's not a problem, my lord. At least I could do. It's the only thing I stole off Sammy that was valuable enough for me to keep. I'll send these ashes off to Halisar as soon as I get the chance. I wonder if he would still accept an apprentice at my age. You want to become a wizard now? Yeah, sure, why not? With some magic at hand, I could be the greatest thief ever that Kalimpor has ever known! Again! Let's get underway then, my friend. We'll find your words of power and put an end to evil, for even more adventure awaits us afterwards, I'm sure of it. Oh, Tommy. +4 dexterity and a bonus to disable trap, hide, move silently, open lock, and pickpocket. Honestly, this ring isn't that useful to us. We could probably do with a better ring. Sure, it gives us this bonus to dexterity, but it doesn't help us. And those skill bonuses aren't our type of skills, so they don't help either.
You're back.
Alright.
Is there something you need?
Time for you, Body Knock.
Is there something you need?
I just want to talk for a while. I want you to continue with what you were telling me before. I probably shouldn't tell you this, Ken, but you have proven yourself to me many times over, and I am certain not even Gond himself would begrudge me for asking your assistance in this matter. I am about to reveal a secret known only to the people of Lantern and those within the Church of Gond Wonderbringer. I am relying on you not to spread the secret around. As you know, Ken, I left Lantern on a journey of discovery. What you might not have known was that my journey is also a holy pilgrimage in the service of Gond Wonderbringer. I have been charged with a task. What task? Whenever one of my people embarks upon a sojourn to the mainland, the clerics of Gond pray to the Wonderbringer and for a vision of what new and previously unseen wonder the travelers seek out on his journey. In my case, the priest saw a terrible creature of enormous size and great power, a monster unknown in my homeland. Only after consulting the text from the Great Library did the priest understand the vision was of a dragon. Wait, you have to bring back a dragon? That won't be easy! Obviously, bringing back an entire dragon would be an impossible request, and the clerics would have been foolish to burden me with such a ridiculous task. Okay, so then do you have to bring back a dragon's egg? Instead, they charged me to return with a dragon scale. Through experimentation, study, and magical divination, we can learn much about these creatures from a single scale. Okay, okay. Scale. Good. Considering your people, I was expecting them to ask you to bring back a dragon egg, which they'd hope to hatch, and raise a baby dragon as their own so that they could learn more about dragons from a live specimen. But a dragon scale, yes, yes, okay, that is entirely reasonable. I think that can be done. However, the scale must not have been tainted by spells or other unnatural forces such as magical weapons, or the experiments will be corrupted by the outside influence. Okay, wait, so we need to kill a dragon without using any spells or magical weapons. I realize the odds of defeating a dragon without spells or magical weapons are so minute as to be negligible. However, there may be another way to obtain the scale. Let me guess. Find a monk? Hey, Hey, Grimnaw! I think we need your help. How do you feel about killing a dragon with your bare hands? And no help? You think that would please the, the Silent Lord? God. And besides, if you die, you'll be, going to the Silent Lord. I'm sure you'd love to do that. What's this other way, Body Knock? Dragons occasionally come into conflict with other creatures, giants and other dragons primarily. In battling these foes, surely a dragon must be wounded, perhaps even killed. Logically, we might expect to find a dragon scale that has been torn free or dislodged in one of these struggles. This is far more likely than killing a dragon ourselves without any magical aid whatsoever. So, I guess you're off to search for some dragon caves? Do not fear, Ken. As long as you seek the words of power, I shall remain in your service. In my time with you, I have seen more wonders and experienced more fantastic creatures than all but a handful of my people. When I return home, my accounts will enrich the knowledge of all Lanton. I would be a fool to leave you now, even if I thought I could find a dragon scale on my own. Don't worry, Body Knock, we'll find you a dragon scale somewhere, and I think I know where. Nothing would please me more, Ken, except for locating the words of power for Aaron Ghent. Fortunately, the area we're going to happens to have dragons and giants fighting each other. I imagine we'll probably find a dead one somewhere that we can take a scale off of. Hopefully. Okay, definitely more possible than I expected. Oh goody, we're next up with Grimnaw. Time for my throat to die.
Is there some...
Level up first. And... hold on, let me get some water. Okay. Alright, Grimnaw. It's time for you to continue with what you were telling me before.
I have been waiting for guidance from the Silent Lord before I discuss this matter with you, Ken. But I realize now what a fool I was. You are a tool of the Silent Lord. You enact his will upon this world, spreading death everywhere you go. The Silent Lord has brought us together for a reason. You are here to aid me in this challenge, Ken. The very fact you are here is proof the Silent Lord wants me to ask for your help in this task.
What task?
I must assassinate one of the Inner Circle's members. Only by delivering one of their number into the Silent Lord's hands am I worthy to join them.
That sounds simple.
There is a catch, Ken. It is forbidden for one of my order to slay one of the Inner Circle, unless we use a weapon blessed by the Inner Circle themselves.
Why would they bless a weapon just so someone else can use it to kill... Wait, Silent Lord. I'm pretty sure I can guess.
You forget, Ken. We do not fear death. The custom exists to ensure that when one of the Inner Circle is slain, it is by a monk who has been proved worthy of the honor. When one of our order joins the Inner Circle, they must bless a weapon that may be used to deliver them to the Silent Lord. Then they take the weapon and secrete it away in a place of great danger. Finding one of these blessed weapons requires luck, skill, and fate. In fact, we believe only the guiding hand of the Silent Lord will deliver a blessed weapon into the possession of one of our order.
So, you want me to find this weapon for you?
At first, I feared enlisting your aid would be sacrilegious. However, now I realize that you are a tool of the Silent Lord. You are here specifically to help me find one of the blessed weapons.
How will I recognize one of these blessed weapons?
The sacred weapons are all emblazoned with the symbol of my order, the outstretched hand of the Silent Lord reaching to claim us all. Do not fear, Ken. As long as you seek the words of power, I shall serve you. And in serving you, I serve the will of the Silent Lord. If I am meant to find one of the sacred weapons, it will be in your service as you continue to carve out your blood-steeped legend.
Actually, this dagger here, it is listed as just a dagger, but the hilt bears an engraving of an elongated skull, which isn't quite what it's supposed to be, but okay, why not? I have a dagger here with a skeletal hand on it. Is this one of the blessed weapons?
Yes. This is the mark of my order. Wait. I feel a faint aura emanating from the blade. Yes, this is one of the weapons blessed by the Inner Circle. Once more, you have proved yourself an agent of my master, Ken. I bestow upon you this talisman, a gift normally reserved only for those of my order.
I thank you for this reward, Grimnaw.
The talisman has powerful magical properties bestowed by my order, Ken. Its power is not to be underestimated.
What are you going to do now, Grimnaw?
The dagger is only the beginning for me, Ken. I now have the ability and the right to deliver one of the Inner Circle to the Silent Lord. Yet the Inner Circle are among the most powerful of my order, and if I am to defeat one of them, I must become a master of all I have learned. Once I feel I am worthy, I will challenge one of the Inner Circle to a battle to the death. But of course, all this must wait.
Wait for what?
Your task here is not yet done, Ken. You still seek the words of power, and in doing so you still bring death and destruction to your foes. It has been an honor to serve you, and I will not abandon you until your task is done.
Okay then. And we have Amulet of the Silent Lord +4. +4 Constitution Drain, 10 Spell Resistance, and an immunity to level and ability drain. Pretty nice. Alright,
I hope that you would return
time for Linu.
Hey there, dear.
Oh, this should be wondrous stories. Truly wondrous.
Hey there, dear. What?
I want you to continue your story from before.
Ken Daniels, you are my truest friend in the world. I know now that we must work together to accomplish all of our quests. I told you that I overheard Sehanine Moonbow speaking with the head cleric of her order. The words that I heard would echo in my mind for the rest of my life.
Tell me what they said.
She told the elderly cleric that during her wanderings through this world she had come upon a forest of breathtaking oak trees that grew in the middle of a range of volcanoes. While she stood in contemplation and admiration of the oak, one of the volcanoes erupted. The lava streamed down the mountain, burning its way through every form of life in its path.
What happened?
The lava reached the edge of the forest and destroyed every single tree. This saddened Sehanine, but as she prepared to move away, she noticed something very unusual. The seeds of the tree were floating on top of the lava.
Floating?
They didn't burn up. When the lava cooled, the seeds broke open, and small shoots came out of the shells to take root in the newly formed crust of the earth. Within weeks, the forest had renewed itself, and the oak tree stood tall, defiant of the surrounding volcanoes and their fiery destruction.
That's amazing.
Sehanine was so smitten with the majesty of those trees that she made her favorite weapon from one of the bows. Sehanine left the forest, returning occasionally to enjoy the splendor of their beauty. One day she returned to find that the trees had disappeared. Not a single seed remained, which made her weep.
What happened to them?
Sehanine didn't know what had happened. She had been gone for several centuries, and there was no trace of the mighty volcanic oak trees left. This is my task, dear one. Sahanin thinks it is possible that one day an elf priestess will find a seed of the volcanic oak and bring it to Everesca to be a symbol of rebirth for the elven people. With this symbol, as the oak is reborn through fiery death, our people might be rekindled in spirit, though we might face adversity. I must find the seed, though I know not where one might exist. That's all there is to tell, sweet Ken. I shall defend your life with my own until the day that Neverwinter is safe again. Some day fate might guide me to the seed. The goddess has led me to be here with you. With your help, I have recovered the chalice of Moonbow and found my husband's journal. You are my guide to restoring the volcanic oak, to rebuild my people.
Actually, Volcanus Oak Seed. I believe we have what you were looking for. I have an unusual seed right here. Is this it?
Yes. That's the seed the goddess described, I'm sure of it. Oh, Ken, you've done it! There is nothing I could give you that could equal the gift you have given the people of Everesca. You have proven that you are the best of friends to the elven people. I think you shall find that the friendship I gave you is now much stronger than before.
Thank you for unlocking its full power, Linu.
You have unlocked the strongest magics of the pendant. Jendar, a human, proved the depths of his friendship to the elves years ago, and the pendant blessed him with quicker reflexes than most elves have.
What will you do with the seed now, Linu?
I will take the seed back to Everesca, where a place will be prepared for a whole forest of these oaks to grow. The elven population has been withdrawing from the larger population of Faerun at too quick a rate. Perhaps with the symbol and the elven god's blessings, we can begin to replenish ourselves. The coming years will be an upheaval in elven society. If we are going to integrate ourselves more, then we are going to need strong leadership. Who will step up and assume this role? I have no idea.
What about you?
I don't really think I have the qualities necessary for leadership. I would be content with a place in the church, maybe build a new temple somewhere in human lands, and lend support to elves who come out of seclusion. Whatever role I am given, with Sahanin to guide me, I shall endeavor to do what is best for my people, and for the other people of this world. Though I know there is much to do in Everesca, I am in no rush to leave your side, dear one. As long as we have work to do, and you have a place for me, I shall remain with you, loyal to the end.
Thank you, Linu. Actually, it's this. And we have Pendant of the Elf +4. An enhancement bonus to dexterity and an immunity to mind-affecting spells. Fairly nice. And now Sharwin.
I suspected you.
Sharwin the Bard.
Yes? Is there something?
Please level up first. And now, I believe you had a story
Yes?
to tell
Is
me.
there...
Please continue the story.
Fair enough. I think I remember how the rest of it goes now. I told you that Tamerlane had agreed to do a task for each of the Triune, correct? The first task was for Airdrifania. He was to retrieve the feather of the largest phoenix to fly the skies of the deep southern lands. For many long years, Tamerlane would scour the highest peaks of Termish and Shondath, following the legends of the great birds, yet never spotting them. A century of hardship would pass before finally Tamerlane would return to that northern mountain, ragged but triumphantly holding the pinion feather of a great phoenix. For Sahanin Moonbow, he would seek out remnants of each of our 3 moons that had fallen to the ground in a blaze of fire. Another century he would spend in search of them, long buried, long forgotten, and scattered. Finally, with tears in his eyes, he returned with the 3 rock shards in his hands. For Hanali Salanil, he would seek the golden heart of a dragon dead of simple age, one of the rarest things someone could seek. He wailed at the thought, but was determined. For centuries he wandered, following rumor after rumor, until finally he came into the northern lands, where he heard of a wizened worm breathing his last. Tamerlane spent many years finding the creature and then befriending him, singing to the aged dragon as he weakened slowly through the decades. When at last the great beast passed, Tamerlane was saddened, but also overjoyed that at last his quest was at an end. Before Tamerlane could return to the goddess, however, he was found by one of his own people. He was told the sad news that his beloved wife and children had died of a terrible illness during his absence. Torn by the news, Tamerlane wept and railed with anger at the goddess who had kept him from his family for so long. She did not answer. Tamerlane poured his grief and his pain and his loss into a song. Since he could not sing of love, he would sing of this, sing of all that he had missed, and this is what he sang to the goddess. And finally Hanali Salanil came with tears flowing from her golden eyes. "You understand at last the meaning of love, child," she said. "As I promised, you shall be rewarded." With that, she lifted Tamerlane up through the gates of Arvandor to join his wife and children, to spend eternity with them in paradise. And that is the end. That is a beautiful story. Thank you, Ken. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Why'd you tell me that story, by the way?
Well, I don't know how much of that legend might be true, but I know there's some truth to it. There really was an elven bard named Tamerlane, and he really did die in this region. Supposedly, he actually did write a song before he died, or so the rumors say. He was one of the greatest bards that ever lived. That song would have to be a masterpiece. To get my hands on it, to have a chance to sing it, to bring it to the world. Oh, that would be everything, Ken.
Actually,
I believe we have Tamerlane's song right here. We found it in the Old One's ruins, of all places.
is this the song you're talking about?
It's written in Elven, and the notes are... Oh my, that's Tamerlane's signature! This is it, Ken! How did you ever find it? It's lovely. It truly was a master. I almost thought it was a fairy tale, that it couldn't be true, but it is, isn't it?
Sometimes even fairy tales are true, I guess.
Yes, I suppose sometimes they are. Oh, I can't wait to sing this to a proper audience, to spread it just as Tamerlane intended it to be. I'm not sure how I can ever repay you for this gift, Ken. I hope my friendship is enough.
Your friendship is repayment enough, Sharwin.
Thank you, Ken. I want you to know that I have no intention of running out on you. The song can wait. Your mission comes first. Let's go and end this then, and find your words of power. The end of our great tale awaits us.
Indeed. And we have Belt of the Performer +5. +5 bonus to Charisma, and +4 to Perform and Persuade. Which leaves us with quite a bonus to Charisma, and our Persuade is now 24! Oh, we have quite a boost here. That's beautiful. What is it like if we aren't wearing it? 17. So that is actually a bonus of 7. Oh, I love that so. Alright. Now let's take Dalen back. No, I wanted to take you. And with that, I am going to end this episode basically here. I am going to make a run in order to get back over to the Moonwood and over to that part where we can go deeper into the Moonwood, for we must go deal with these giants and dragons. If we're lucky, perhaps we'll find a clue as to where the word of power is among them. There is no clue or no indication of anything incredibly powerful or dangerous happening out there aside from the giants and the dragons. The only other thing we know is that the giants are actually fighting the dragons for some reason beyond the dragon horde. So there must be something in there we need to find. Something powerful must be there that the giants know of. But that is going to be in the next episode. So, until then, I'm Chester44, that is Ken Daniels and Dalen Red Tiger. This has been a Let's Play of Neverwinter Nights, and I shall see you all next time.